Ryan, who are you and what do you do?
My name is Ryan Sickler and I am a comedian.
Your new special, Live and Alive. Tell me about it.
My new special, Live and Alive, is basically a true story, a retelling of a near-death experience that I had and how I overcame that and came out on the other side, lucky to be alive, and tell you and share the story with you.
How has that near-death experience changed your perspective on life?
Oh my God, so much. I every day, I appreciate every day. I try to be more present in not just the day, but each moment in the day. And it just also made me realize that to no fault of your own, everything could be gone like that, and live every day to the fullest and tell everybody you genuinely love that you love them.
What's the hardest part about having a rare blood disease like Factor V Leiden?
The hardest part is apparently communicating that to doctors who try to kill you at the hospital.
Any pre-taping rituals?
Pre-taping or pre-show?
Either.
I am a big cannabis smoker, so I like to actually relax before the show. So I didn't used to, but these days I'll have a puff before the show.
What's the strangest thing on your rider?
I'm not a strange guy. The strangest thing on my rider is, honestly, my rider is boring. It's Diet Coke, it's water, and it's Sharpies. I think that's it. I'm low maintenance.
What's with the Sharpies?
For autographs at the meet and greet.
What's the most unexpected reaction you've received from an audience during a show?
Most unexpected. Well, the first time ever would have been a standing O. First time I ever got one of those, I was blown away. So I knew I'd done a good job and I really moved the audience. So I would say a standing ovation.
Who were your comedic influences growing up?
Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Rodney Dangerfield, all of Saturday Night Live, Eddie Murphy. God, I'd say that's a good list.
How do you handle hecklers during your performances?
I give them an opportunity. I don't go hard on them at first, but these days with all the comedians doing crowd work, there's a lot more people talking back to you, and I'm not a crowd work comedian, so you also have to temper the expectations because people in their defense, they're like, hey, you. So I give them a shot, and then if they continue it, usually what ends up honestly happening is the people around them can't stand them either, and then that's when I go in for the kill.
What was going through your mind when you were told you had massive pulmonary embolisms?
I was terrified. I collapsed on the bed and told them this was happening to me because it's already happened to me once before, and they said, you may be clotting and having a heart attack, and those were the last words I heard. I blacked out. When I woke up, they tell me this, and I'm terrified. I'm everything. I'm mad because I told you guys not to let this happen to me, and I'm terrified because it's not like, hey, you're good to go. It's like, hey, this blood disease that you have now, it's the next 48 hours, you might not even make it.
Tell me about the dark figure you saw during your hospital stay.
You did listen to Stabby's pod. Detail, it didn't even look like this figure. It was right at the end of my bed. It was absolutely energy, some kind of energy, and it touched my big right toe. It like shook it, and then it went that way.
How do you make near-death stories funny?
Sorry, is it okay if I do this?
Yeah, we'll cut it.
I guess I made near-death stories funny because, there's the point of view from the person in there, and what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing and everything. So I'm just narrating. I guess you have to really remove yourself from the experience and narrate what's going on and then dive into the emotion and everything. So I don't know, you ever do Mad Libs as a kid? Remember Mad Libs? And you would have adjective, noun here. So the way I like to try to do stories sometimes is just to write this blueprint and then go in and start finding the right words and phrases and the way to turn them and things like that. That's honestly the technical way I did it.
Who do you think is at the top of their comedy game right now?
Oh man, Tom Segura, no doubt. Bill Burr, no doubt. Chappelle, no doubt. Gabriel Iglesias, no doubt. Joe Coy, no doubt. These guys selling out arenas are at the top. These guys selling out arenas are at the top of their game for sure.
What's the most challenging part of writing new material?
Well, for me, I think that's different for everybody. But for me, that coming up with new material.
Your podcast, The Honeydew, focuses on highlighting the lowlights of life. How do you decide which stories to feature?
You mean the promos we cut? Anything. So look, I'm a comedian, and my producers, they all know this. Our show gets heavy sometimes. People cry, they share stuff you wouldn't believe. But at the end of the day, it's a comedy show, and we are comedy first. So we decide the promos based off of, do they hit, do they have impact, are they funny? That's it.
Which guest left the biggest mark on you?
Ooh, man. I couldn't name one, but there's been several. But I'll say this. One of the guests I had on my early podcast, The Crab Feast, told a story about how he smoked salvia. And he ended up living in an alternate universe for 8 years. He was married here, had a little girl, and he ended up living in this alternate universe for 8 years. And yeah, the story's incredible. He finally had to convince himself that the alternate universe was his real world, and that what he had believed wasn't. And he was miserable. He was depressed, couldn't get through anything. He's sat, and then boom, he wakes up out of it one day. And the amount of time that actually passed in his 8-year, and he said, Ryan, it was as real as it is as I'm talking to you right now. He said, I changed my cable package. And I was like, man, you changed your cable package in an alternate universe, dude. He's like, he knew his license. He knew everything. And he said he woke up and only 1 minute had passed. And that's when it hit me about, like, wait a second. What is time? When we dream, it feels like it's a 6-hour dream. That could be 10 seconds. And then what is life? If this life feels as real as it is right now, and this dude lived 8 years in 1 minute, 80 years is 10 minutes in our clock. So it really started making me think, we could just be the figment of some space aliens bong rips 9 galaxies away. And it changed everything for me.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh man, I wish I only had one. I'll say this. I'm gonna give you 2 of them. People, I guess it kind of ties together. People who talk shit and can't take it. People who can dish it and can't take it back. People who will talk to you like you're a piece of shit or go at you, and the minute you give it back, they're clutch their pearls like, oh, how dare. That's my biggest pet peeve. If you're gonna fucking say something, you better be ready to have something said back to you.
A secret no one knows.
A secret no one knows? Whew, I don't really have, God, I've told way too much stuff on podcasts. Let me think for a sec here. A secret no one knows. We're editing, right? So I can think for a second? Let me think. I want to give you one. Oh, man. Well, I'll say this. It's not really a secret, but coming in here today, I used to work in this building. And yeah, I used to work here. I won't say the address, but I know it by heart because I say it to my daughter all the time. This building is the reason I have a daughter. I met her mom here when I worked here in 2009. So not a secret, but new news to you guys here today.
Secret obsession?
Man, my obsessions are pretty open. Let's see, secret one. What do I have a secret obsession about? I don't think I have a secret. I'm pretty open with all my obsessions. It's pretty apparent and embarrassing, I think.
Best place to eat in LA?
Oh, man. See that, again, that depends, too, on what type of food you want. I will say this. I'm a Maryland guy and I'm a seafood guy. Maryland seafood crushes Los Angeles. However, the sushi out here, phenomenal. If I'm gonna have a meal in California, I'm going Mexican and sushi.
Biggest life lesson so far?
No one's coming. You're on your own. I don't care how loved you are, how many people are surrounding you. At the end of the day, everything is up to you.
How do you stay grounded?
I stay grounded because I had a really good dad and grandmom, and they instilled in me that no matter what, you stay humble, you work hard, and you act like you've been there before.
What's the biggest misconception about you?
I think that when people see me at first, they think that, the biggest misconception about me is that I'm really nice. I give everybody a shot. But the minute you fuck up or cross that line, you'll see a switch in me where most people are like, I had no idea. And if they did, they would have never fucked with me in the first place.
How do you deal with criticism?
It doesn't bother me anymore. I mean, when you grow up with your own mother telling you that she hates you to your face and that you're a loser and everything, the internet doesn't have shit on you. You know what I'm saying? Internet's easy.
What got you into directing and producing?
Well, I actually started, I knew that I wanted to have a backup plan, so I went to college, I took mass communication, and I needed a day job as a comedian. I work nights, you know, I was telling them the opposite for actors and actresses. They need to audition during the day, work at night. I needed a day job, and I was really already into production and knowing what I was doing, so I started writing and I started as a PA, a runner, back when we used tape here in the industry, digibetas and things like that no longer exist. And I would run all around town, dropping these things off. Got to learn more and more about the industry. I started writing and producing, and that just led me into production, directing. And honestly, I would work on stuff like you guys, and they would go, here you go. And they would give me this pile of shit, and they would say, hey, how come no one's laughing? And we would say, hey, how come you didn't fucking shoot that? Hey, how come this? Where's the B-roll? Hey, great question. Where the fuck's the B-roll? So because I worked with so many shitty producers and directors, I backed myself into it. So when I got to directing, I was making sure we got room tone. I was making sure we got B-roll. I was making sure we had people laughing so that we had B-roll to cover. So in case you had a lip flap or whatever, I did it reverse, and it ended up working because we always knew what we were missing.
How did post-production shape your comedy?
Post-production, I wouldn't say post-production shaped my comedy, but it definitely helped shape my production and my podcast. Because again, I do all my stuff myself. This is my family business. I've built my own studios, 3 of them now, and I would say post-production really helped with the promos you mentioned and editing and things like that for sure.
Dream project on your bucket list?
Dream project on my bucket list. I'd say retire with enough money to never have to work again. That's the dream project on my bucket list.
What's been the most challenging project you've worked on?
In comedy?
Anything.
Anything that I've had to do in this city for any production. I don't want to say the name of the company that was the hardest, but it's a vow.
How do you handle creative blocks?
Walks. Taking a walk really helps me. Even when I would have jobs like this, I would always make sure we went to the creative director and be like, look, man, we can't sit in a closet and be creative with no windows for 8 hours. Like, if you want the best out of me, I can't go in that closet every day for 8 hours with no windows and give you the best creative. Can we at least go outside and walk and talk about the project and clear our heads in the air? And that's always brought clarity to me.
Most awkward fan interaction ever?
Ever. I signed a colostomy bag one time. I'd say that was probably pretty odd.
One food you absolutely hate?
Oh, man. Cilantro. I saw you.
Is there a conspiracy theory you actually believe?
Yeah, a few of those. 9/11 definitely was an inside job. What else conspiracy theory that I believe? There's a few of them. But that one, definitely 9/11 being an inside job. I'm 100% sure that is true.
If you could wish something into non-existence, what would it be?
Cancer.
What's the most rewarding aspect of creating your own content?
I'd say there are two of them for me. Getting it done is a big deal. Like just getting it finished. Getting it, like for me with this special, for example, getting it posted in the queue and ready for everybody, I was like, But then to see how the people react and they might find something in there that you're like, hell yeah, that joke right there was something I liked, and they find it in there. I would say the biggest reward is the smiles on people's faces, and also I get thanked for just coming to their sit. People come up to me like, thank you for coming to Denver. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I get thanked quite often for, I've been podcasting for about 15 years now, and I get thanked often for all the free content. So
what's the most challenging aspect of it?
The criticism and people, just shitting on it. Actually, you know what? Let me take that back. No, fuck the haters. The most challenging aspect, if you're doing it yourself, because I did all this myself, would be finding every single person to fill the role and find a good person to fill that role. I would say that would be actually.
What's a personal mantra you live by?
Personal mantra I live by, I've got a couple of them. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And I really like be yourself, because you're the only one you got. There's only one of you, I think is it. I really like those.
How do you define success?
Happiness.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
Do it yourself.
How do you handle setbacks or failures?
You lean into them. I do.
What legacy do you hope to leave behind?
I hope to leave behind for, two different ones. One for my daughter is that legacy of a good father, a good man. As a comedian, I'd like to leave a legacy of funny stories that showed you that even at your lowest, you're not alone, and that you, just like all of us, can get up and achieve your greatest moments.
What's the biggest lie you've ever told on social media?
Biggest lie? I don't know. I don't think I lie on social media. Maybe Santa Claus.
Have you ever ghosted someone you were dating?
No. Ask me if I've been ghosted. I wouldn't say, nope. I always give a something. I don't ghost. No, I'm not of the generation of ghosting. But I could have been. I'm a 90s dude. We didn't have internet. I could have ghosted you all day long. Just never answer my phone, change my phone number. But no, I'm not a ghoster.
Who's the most famous person in your phone?
That's a good question too. I got a few of them in there. Most famous, like globally, maybe Anna Faris.
Prove it.
I have to call her?
You can prove it however you want.
I'll show it to you.
That works.
She ain't gonna answer me.
What's the craziest DM you've ever received?
So this is a tricky question for comedians because we send each other some foul shit. So I'd say the craziest DMs I ever get, they're consistently from Tom Segura, and they are filled with people being murdered, injured, or brutally just wrecked.
What's the craziest DM you've actually replied to?
All of those. All of those.
What's the pettiest reason you've ever unfollowed someone?
Never had a petty reason. I usually have a solid reason, but I guess the pettiest reason will be just overdoing it, just nonstop. You're hitting my shit, and I gotta be like, all right, I'm out.
Have you ever snooped through a partner's phone?
Yeah, one. Only one in my whole life. My ex, yeah. My daughter's mom, I should say, meaning my ex, but yeah.
If you could swap lives with anyone for 24 hours, who would it be?
My daughter.
Where can the viewers find your special?
Streaming now on YouTube, Ryan Sickler. You can go to my website, ryansickler.com. You can follow me on all social media, Ryan Sickler. You can find it at all those places.
What's your rating of The Sit?
10 out of 10, girl. This feels like the day they laid me off in this building. That's exactly what happened when they said you gotta go.